Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today is the first of my review videos about some middle grade books that I've been reading recently. I've been on a real middle grade kick and I've been picking up middle grade and devouring it, and so I wanted to talk about the first 3 books that I have read. They all received 4 stars from me, which meant that I really enjoyed them, and they're all very magical in their own way. The first one I picked up is called The Last Chance Hotel by Nikki Thornton. This book is about our young protagonist Seth. He works in the kitchen of a sort of rundown hotel B&B in the middle of nowhere, and his parents have either disappeared or he believes they're dead, and he's living with I'm not sure if it's his uncle or the Bunn family. I don't think they're related. It's the Bunn family, which is a mother and father who run the hotel, and their horrible daughter. And he has this amazing ability to smell foods and be able to tell exactly what needs to go in there to make it amazing, and he can pick apart a dish and tell you exactly what foods are in there. And there is a group of people coming to the hotel for what he thinks is like a conference or a sort of a big meeting. It's all a little bit secretive. They turn up. He finds out a little bit more about why they're there. They shut themselves in their room for their dinner, and it's all a bit of a secretive meeting, what's going on. And the next thing he knows, he is being accused of poisoning the leader of this group who has died. And we sort of go from there. So there's this thread going all the way through of who's done it, did he do it, how did this person die, why did they die, and also a bit more about why they were there, who they are. It was really good. I don't want to go into too much more detail because it's great to be learning these things along with the main character. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the adventure of it. I enjoyed the magic that is within here, because it is a magical story. I enjoyed how we found out about that, and it made sense. It wasn't one of those books where you're just like meant to suspend complete disbelief and just believe, you know. There was like a thread of believability into what was going on. It was adventurous, and it definitely left me wanting more. There is going to be more here. It is left open for more in this series, which I will definitely be picking up. And I really liked Seth as a protagonist. He's inquisitive, he's brave, he's clever, and I struggle with male protagonists, but apparently not in middle grade, because I've been enjoying some male protagonists, which leads me very nicely onto my second book, which is called The Stormkeeper's Island by Catherine Doyle. In this, our main character is Fionn, and him and his sister, his elder sister, have come back to an island of their birth. Their father died when they were a lot younger. Their mother, from what we can gather, is, I'm not sure if she's meant to be suffering with depression or a mental illness, but she has sent them off to their grandfather, who still lives on this island, and they are there for what Fionn thinks is the summer. This island is very unusual. There's weird things going on. There's a big history about this island which you learn and unravel as you go on, and it's full of this sort of this lore of this island, this backstory, which is big and adventurous and dark and good versus evil. And they are now at this sort of time where a new stormkeeper needs to be decided on. There's a stormkeeper on the island, like the person that not controls necessarily the magic of the island, but this one person who's quite important to the island and its magic and its history and keeping everybody safe. And it needs to decide who this new stormkeeper is going to be, and we're sort of learning about that. I really enjoyed this for its magic and for its storyline, and this one had a really good sense of humour. The writer had some really great lines in there. I wonder if I can find you one to read you. Okay, so one thing that I really enjoyed, so I don't spoil you, you get a bit of a prologue and then you go into chapter 1, and I just thought it was a really great first paragraph. Fionn Boyle sat hunched on a plastic chair with his arms tucked into his side and his chin tucked into his chest, and tried not to be sick all over his shoes. I just thought that sounded like a really good paragraph. It was very comical. There was some really nice quirkiness to this. Brilliant. And then the third book I want to talk about is Pages & Co. Tilly and the Book Wanderers by the lovely Anna James. Can I just say, before we even talk about this, I have to take off the dust jacket and show you this absolutely beautiful naked hardback. It's stunning and beautiful, and oh, I love it to bits. And this is the story of Tilly. She lives with her grandparents in a bookstore. She's on her summer holidays and she's starting to notice some weird things. She's noticed that she's sort of hearing her grandmother talk to someone, and when she comes around, that person sort of slowly disappears, and she's not sure what's going on. She's meeting people who seem very much like characters from books that she has read, and she slowly discovers that she is a book wanderer. What book wandering means, which is you can talk to storybook characters of books that you've read, and you can enter into these stories. She finds out all about sort of the people that manage this, and about her grandparents' involvement. And there's Alice in Wonderland and Treasure Island and The Little Princess, and all sorts of different things, Anne of Green Gables, and I just loved it. I loved Tilly and her sassiness. I loved her relationship with her friend that she makes along the way, and her grandparents and how present they are. And yeah, it was a really good start. I really loved the magical element of this, the book wandering, how it was explained. It made sense, it all came together nicely. It left it in a good place for you know, more books in the future, and I really enjoyed it. I thought this was a really strong debut novel, and Anna's done a wonderful job. I enjoyed this book immensely, and I look forward to reading more from her in the future. So some wonderful middle grades to start off my month with, and I'll be back with you soon next time I have read 3 more to talk to you about. Anyway, have you read these? What did you think? Let's chat in the comments down below as always. Don't forget, if you want to hear more from me, to make sure you click that subscribe button. And if you like what I do, make sure you press like, because it's always nice to know. Even if you don't want to leave a comment, give it a little thumbs up, and that, you know, just makes my day really. Anyway, that's it from me, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.